Am I audible? Yeah. A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters, the animated heroes, and the most beloved guests. So, I'm going to ask a question to all of you first. Assume that now you're in a jungle and you're just surrounded with animals, and now how you will be. Just tell how many of you fear of animals. Just raise your hands. So the people who don't raise their hands are not fear of animals, right? But today we are going to fear of the animals of the VTC. Yes, because we are going to enter the jungle. Yes. So let's get into the jungle. And how many of you are very interested? I hope everybody is interested. So before jumping into the diving into the wonderful jungle, we have a few ground rules that are to be followed during the session. The first thing is that please all of you keep your mobile phones off or put them in silent mode. And second thing is that please refrain yourself from speaking about the religion, sex, and politics. And third thing is that please please put your phones muted unless you come on stage. And finally, please all of you turn on your cameras to witness your beautiful faces. So here we go. And there is always some rules and principles to be followed. And here the Toastmasters has a principle and a mission. Let me read out the mission of Toastmasters. So the mission of a Toastmaster is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning experience by which members can improve their communication and leadership skills, through which they are improving their greater self-confidence and their personal growth. So today we have our president, who is going to be Toastmaster Darshini, who is always the energetic and the enthusiastic. So before getting on to the session, let me hand over the session to the powerful president of today, Toastmaster Darshini. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Welcome to Vellore Toastmasters Club. If everyone in here is given an opportunity, irrespective of their ages, to go back and visit one episode of your life, I'm sure that majority of you would select one episode from your childhood. Today, we can go on a nostalgic ride, but before that, let me take a moment and acknowledge the presence of our guests. So can we have a few words from our guests here? We have Toastmaster Sakshi, who is a visiting Toastmaster. Can we have a few words from you?
It's always a pleasure to visit Vellore Toastmasters Club.
Okay, I think we lost Toastmaster Sakshi. So let's move on to the next guest. We also have another visiting Toastmaster, Toastmaster Shravya. So can we hear a few words from you?
Hello everyone. I think you are seeing me for the first time, and it's always great to be always a Toastmaster. And I was a part of NMT Toastmasters Club, but because of the time constraints, I could not able to join them. And thank you for sending me an invite with asking me whether I'm interested to join or thank you for that. And hope we'll have a good time together today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shravya. Without further ado, let me declare Vellore Toastmasters Club Session 93 open. We all love a good dose of nostalgia. Today, we have our TMOD, Toastmaster Krithi, to take us on a nostalgic ride. Welcome to the world of Tinkle. Tinkle Edition 93. Over to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Krithi, aka Shikari Shampoo.
My wife Shanti has put me to torture. She has sent me on an expedition to Toastmasters jungle. I know I'm courageous. Last week in Africa, I caught a wild rhinoceros, ran after a lion. There wasn't a single moment without adventure for Shambhu. That's why I'm called the courageous Shikari Shambhu. But I don't know what creatures are lurking in this jungle. Oh no, I forgot to bring my tranquilizer gun. What's going to happen? What am I going to do now? I'm feeling really hungry now. Let's forget about it and have a scrumptious lunch packed by my wife, Shanti. Oh, here, there's a note. It says, she has put a note in it. It says, the Toastmaster session has 3 segments: prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluation. Interesting. Let's continue. Where is the sound coming from? Oh, it's you, Kalia the Crow. So they have also sent you to look over this expedition. Thank God this witty crow has come. She will look after the wild animals and alert me. Huge relief. Over to you, Toastmaster Saumini, Kalia the Crow.
Thank you, Shambhu, my dear friend. This jungle has been my home for many, many years. I stand as a guide and protector of this jungle. I have been a mentor to all the animals and a savior to many, especially in protecting Kichu and Michu from the evil Chamataka and his friend Doob Doob. Today, I'm very glad to be the supervisor for my friend Shambhu's party in the jungle, making sure that my jungly janwars behave. But do you really think managing Bablu, Danti, Bala and Shonar would be a cakewalk? Absolutely not. They get hyper excited at the presence of human beings in the forest. So I do have a troop at my disposal with specific duties on how they will help me in governing the jungle. They are not the SWAT, but the tag team comprising of the timer, R-counter and grammarian. No. The Mapi Colin, the Wingster, Amar who's nicknamed the Butterfingers and Aisha Super Weirdo. First off, let us hear about the responsibilities of our superhero, the Wingster, playing the role of the timer. Over to you, Mapi.
Greetings, TMOD Krithi, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. It is I, Wingstar, here to the rescue. Most of the people know me only as Kamui, a regular 13-year-old girl from the town of Aizwa. But when I don my supersuit, I transform into Wingstar, India's first female superhero. Now you may ask me, what does it mean to be a superhero? Let me tell you. It means to be on the call at all times, responding to the signals of criminal activity as soon as I can, while at the same time trying to live a life of a normal teenager so that no one finds out about my alter ego. So you may say that I'm somewhat of a pro at time management. Just as I swoop in at the nick of the time to help my fellow civilians, today I'll be helping the speakers in conveying their thoughts and emotions within the specified time limit. Not to worry, I'll be doing so with the help of my trusty gadgets made by my dad just for this purpose. Let me show you how it works. As a timer, I'll be using 3 colors, green, yellow, and red, to denote specified timings. Speakers giving prepared speeches must do so within the time range of 5 to 7 minutes, with the green light displayed at the 5th minute, yellow light at 6th minute, and red light at the 7th minute. Table topic speakers must give their speeches within the time range of 1 to 2 minutes, with the green light displayed at 1 minute, yellow light at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red light at 2 minutes. Evaluators must give their evaluation within the time range of 2 to 3 minutes, with green light displayed at 2 minutes, yellow light at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red light at 3 minutes. Buffer time of 30 seconds will be given to all speakers once the red light has been displayed. Please do keep in mind that a buffer time of 30 seconds can be utilized by all speakers to collect their thoughts and organize their speech before commencing their prepared or table topic speech. I'll be ready with my report at the end of the session. Over to G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwin. All the best to you. Next up, we have Amar, our dear Butterfingers, playing the role most apt for her. Let us hear from you, Butterfingers.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters. I am a calm, clumsy Amar, so I always shout and that's the reason everybody asks me to count the R's that you are doing. So today I'll be the R counter. The purpose of R counter is to note the words that you are using as a pause filler, like the words and, well, but, so, and I'll also be looking for the words that you repeat and the phrases that you repeat. I'll be sending the report at the end of the meeting when called upon. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Toastmaster Keerthana. I'm sure you will do a great job in counting the fillers that slip from our mouths. Last but not the least, we have Aisha Super Weirdo, who strongly believes that she has superpowers and tries finding them. Play a role of grammarian today. Over to you, Super Weirdo.
Thank you, Kalia the Crow. Hello everyone, this is Aisha. Ever since I've known myself, I've been trying to find what are my supernatural powers, or superpowers can you say. But throughout the journey of finding what my superpowers are, I've met a lot of people and made friends with them who have superpowers. Little did I know that that was my superpower, about finding who has superpowers and what they are good at. And I was thinking how to put my superpowers into use. At the right time, Kalia the Crow pinged me asking, can you play the role of grammarian at Vellore Toastmasters Club? Sorry, Tinkle edition 93. So I said yes, and I thought I shall put my superpowers into use today. So today, as a grammarian, I shall judge everyone on their super good grammars and the errors that they make. So today, the word of the day will be introduced by the grammarian. So I shall introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is fret. F-R-E-T. Let me spell it again. Fret. F-R-E-T. Meaning be constantly or visibly anxious. So let me give an example of the word fret. We have learned not to fret over things that are out of our control. So does anyone want to try the word of the day? I'll wait for 10-15 seconds. If not, we can move on.
There's no fretting over spilled milk.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saumini, for giving it a try. Would anyone like to try? All right. Thank you. Over to Kalia the Crow. Kalia the Crow.
Thank you, Toastmaster Darshini. I have no doubt you will excel at trying to find the super words and glitches in our speeches. Well, what is my role exactly? It is to make a report of all the things that happen and do not happen in the meeting properly. Evaluating all the segments, the role players, my very own troupe, and the party on the whole. All the best to everyone. Caw.
Thank you, Kalia the Witty Crow, for introducing to your mighty team. My tummy is full now. Let's take a nap. Oh no. Yes, Shanti. Yeah, I'm on my way. How did you find out? How can you see me that I'm taking a nap? Do you have any special kind of binoculars or what? No. I'm not taking a nap now. I'll walk now. Yeah. I'm walking. Yeah. Oh, I can imagine Shanti hitting me with a rolling pin. Better let me get off walking. Let's go. Ah, I can see the defective do's and moops and poor. These defective do's, I tell you, despite pretending to believe that they are the world's greatest sluts, universally feared by criminals and increasingly world popular. They're well aware of their bad reputation and high chances of mistakes, yet they seem so confident and determined. This shows that they either refuse to give up or they're too foolish to know when to stop. Whereas Moops and Pur, a detective cat and dog, they are always on a run to solve cases. They are literally Sherlock Holmes, I must say. But what work they have in this jungle? Let's hear what they are talking about. Our first speaker is Ravi, aka Toastmaster Sakshi, whose definition of perfect day is reading a book at the beach and watching the sunset. Shanti should have met her. Instead, she always sends me to adventures. Oh, there's more. She likes to take photographs of little moments in life and loves to travel. Before calling her, let me call her evaluator, Moops, Toastmaster Shravya, an electrical engineer by profession with 5 years of experience in L&T in the field of substation construction. And you know the interesting fact? She's also a watercolor artist. Over to you, Toastmaster Shravya.
Thank you so much. My target speaker is TM Sakshi. I request her to be on the screen. Yeah, she's already on the screen. And she is giving her level 4 project 2 speech under the pathway leadership and development. And timer, please note that the time of the speech is 2 to 3 minutes. I think I have not got the title of the speech.
That I'll introduce, Shravya.
Yeah, sure. And the objective of the speech is, the purpose of the speech is the member to review and introduce a new skill needed to write and maintain a blog, and also to share her experiences while maintaining a blog. Thank you so much. All the best, TM Sakshi, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Toastmaster Sakshi, can we have a quick audio and video check? Like videos?
Sure. Audible and visible clearly?
Yeah. Toastmaster Sakshi. Life as I see it. Life as I see it. Toastmaster Sakshi.
It still feels like yesterday when I almost missed giving my induction speech in Toastmasters. From that day to today, I've made a plethora of memories and friends and whatnot. I've also learned to become a better speaker and a leader. But if I look back further in time, whether my first day in college or to my first day in school, there are uncountable learnings and experiences. Whether they are good or bad, there are moments that I will always cherish forever in my life. But as time goes by, suddenly everything starts to seem a blur. How could I possibly remember and cherish all of these beautiful moments throughout my life? How will I keep these moments alive? This is when this project helped me to get an answer: blogging. Through a month's span, I decided to blog the most valuable and the most cherished moments in life so that I can keep a live document of myself and never forget how I felt at that very moment. I decided to document my life experiences, life lessons, feelings, thoughts, and opinions that I don't want to forget about. I wish to assess myself where I'm heading to in life, to smile at my changed self, and to feel proud to have swum through the rough waters. Apart from that, regular writing has immensely helped me to look through myself, redefine my definition of life. My personal blog has added to the depth of my life and gave me an opportunity to analyze myself and my past self. So the blog turned out to be is my screen visible? Writing this blog helped me portray the pain, the joy, the hurt, the bitterness, despair, anger, innocence, everything in its true form, in its unedited form. I was able to vent out my emotions through my blog, but at the same time, I wish to come back and keep coming back to these records from time to time to gauge my process. Toastmasters, I feel the only skill you require for blogging is to remain true to yourself and enjoy the process of writing. You can start writing a blog on anything and everything you like, from sharing the scrumptious recipes that you make or to share your knowledge about the stock market. So, Tia Modi, what are you blogging about?
Thank you, Toastmaster Sakshi. Can we all give her a feedback through chat window or through private message? Wingstar, can you please let me know when 1 minute is up?
TMOD Krithi, 1 minute is up.
So they are discussing about solving a case. Ravi and Rahul are giving solution and Moops and Pur will be evaluating based on solution. Nice. Now let's call upon the next speaker, Rahul, aka Toastmaster Sadhana, who's currently pursuing MSc Data Science in VIT Vellore. Apart from her academics, she's a podcaster. Does podcasts in Spotify. Isn't it just cool? And she loves creating content, editing audio and video. To keep herself entertained, she watches Chin Chan, Dora Bucci, cartoons, etc. Hope I was also on TV. Should have been proud seeing, she would have enjoyed seeing my bravery. Okay, before calling a second speaker, let's call Pur, her evaluator Toastmaster Bharat, a structural steel detailer in Bangalore. By profession, he's an extrovert who loves texting people and loves to find happiness in helping people. So crazy about IPL cricket and Mumbai Indians team is his favorite. Over to you, Toastmaster Bharat.
Meow. Hey, I'm Pearl, the detective cat. So my job is to solve the issues and making things perfect. So we are two friends, Moops and Pearl. So today we have a speaker. It's none other than Toastmaster Sadhana. So she is going to do her level 1 project 1 on innovative planning. So the purpose of the project is for the member to learn the basic research methods and provide a well-organized and well-researched speech on any topic. So the time limit for the speech is about 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Sadhana, on your speech. And meow, over to the general evaluator. Sorry, TMOD.
Thank you, Paul. Toastmaster Sadhana, can we have a quick audio and video check?
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay, my video will be there.
You're
No,
not.
my video is there. Don't worry. So it will be there.
Okay. Toastmaster Sadhana. Universe and thoughts. Universe and thoughts. Toastmaster Sadhana.
Hello all. We are living in the universe where it taught us many things and where it gonna give us many things. So as per the research, I'm going to speak on that topic. And now, good evening, TMOD, fellow Toastmasters, and our future Toastmaster. Yeah, I'm to give my summary of research that I have done to do my project 1, as per my evaluator said. Before I gonna share, let me put on a question. Do you believe that your thoughts are becoming actions? If yes, can you raise your hand? If yes, you're absolutely right. If no, I will explain you the reason of yes. Now, there was one day the conversation started between universe and human thoughts. A human thought questioned universe. Universe, I heard about one news about you, that whatever I'm thinking that you will provide, is that is true? Asked by human thoughts. And universe replied, yes, you're right. Whatever you're thinking, I'm going to give you and I'm going to present you, said by universe. Then again, human thought questioned angrily. Okay, universe. One day I went to temple and I asked, pray to God that I don't want to fail in my exam. But I failed at my exam. You only told that you will provide me everything, whatever I'm thinking. But why do you done this? Questioned by human thoughts. Then the universe replied, haha, you are right. Whatever you ask, that I have given to you, said by universe. Then the human thought got confused and asked again for the reason to the universe. Then the universe told to human thought, yes, my dear, you're thinking in a negative perspective, but I need whatever you want to know. Like you just want to think that what you need and you don't want to think what you don't want to need. So you ask that you don't want to fail in a negative come positive way. So I provided you whatever you ask for, said by universe. Then human thought questioned again to the universe. Okay, then how could I pray you or how could I start to think of that? You have to think in a positive manner, my child. Like you have to think, I want to pass at my exam. And you have to think only what you need and you don't want to think what you do not need, said by universe. Now the conversation come to an end. Okay, now tell me first, how many of you here knows about Genie Aladdin? Aladdin's Genie. Yeah, many of us read. Cool. Yes, as per the story, universe is like a Aladdin's genie. Our genie tells us, oi, 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 I'm here to do whatever that you think. Here, genie is the universe and the thoughts is our Aladdin. So whatever you're gonna think, that's going to give or that's going to give by your universe, my dears. Now, let me tell you one quote.
Once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. Once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen, said by Ralph Waldo Emerson. This quote really connects here. Expect this quote, make your decision right, and think actually what you need. Then the universe is always ready to gift you. Now, let me tell you some secret that will help you to become your life with very happy, wise, and etc. Listen carefully. This is your secret. Okay, I'm going to tell you a secret that which personally helped me to get my wishes. For example, I have personally experienced one thing. I need a laptop. So I just imagine myself that I have brought a new laptop. So I used to do some certain things like I used to listen to positive affirmation every morning and mirror techniques. I used to see my mirror and I used to encourage myself. And third thing, I used to write a script. Whatever the wish I want, whatever the wishes I need, and what are the wishes I am having, I will just write on a script that I've already got. So like that, I used to write and keep it in my note. And after within 1 month, I got a new laptop. That was a miracle that I couldn't believe that whether I'm getting a new laptop. So it built up it was created a new thing, and it created a positive vibe around me. So think what you need, and definitely it will be done by your universe. Okay, now every manifestation, whatever the thing that you need, you have to manifest in a good way. For example, you can do a 55 into 5 technique. So I will explain you about the technique which I particularly executed that technique to get my laptop. Okay, it was you can get anything when you can manifest anything that you need. Okay, but you have to believe confidently, and you have to be a gratitude person for that particular thing. So coming on to 55 cross 5 technique, I used to write that I have got new laptop already, and thanks for that. So thank you universe that I've got new laptop. This was an example that I can tell you. Like whatever you wishes, you need to write in a script like that you got already. So by that way, your mind will believe that, and your universe will get you. So that will gift you. That will be a magical thing. That will be a miracle that could ever happen in your life. It can be anything, your work, your wealth, anything, health, etc. Hope you will do this results. So, and one more thing, I would like to suggest you to go through a book called Secret. The book Secret, where it teaches many things. So I personally researched about this manifestation and about the universe, why it's giving. And I have executed here that thing. And the Secret book, which was written by Ronald Byron, that was a very good book where you can learn about a life that you can able to grasp anything easily. And also, I would like to suggest another book called Manamena Maya Devadai. It was written by Prabhu. It was also a very good book where it will change many people's life. And that's it. Hope you could understand and you could stand with everything. Thank you for this opportunity, and over to you, TMOD of the day. Thank you, Toastmaster Sadhana. Can we all give her feedback through chat window or through private message? Wingstar, let me know when 1 minute is up.
One minute is up, Shikari Shanti.
Now I guess I can move forward. It was fun watching them give solutions to the cases, but had they come to me, I would have given the best solution. After all, I am the courageous Shikari. What's there? Gorilla! Run! Where I am? Where I have come? Wait, where is this muffled noise coming from? Huh? Oh, I see. Tantri the Mantri. I assume he is planning another evil plan to dethrone Raja Hoja. This time, he's with other people? Let's see what he is up to this time. Over to you, Tantri the Mantri, Toastmaster Priyanka.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear guests. Table topics is the trademark of Toastmasters International and a word patented by Toastmasters. The very purpose of table topics is to allow you to think on your feet, wherein you will be given a topic to talk on unrehearsed for a duration of anywhere from 1 to 2 minutes. The timer will show a green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. A contestant will be disqualified if the speech is less than 1 minute or more than 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So are you all ready? Do we have any volunteers? Anyone? Toastmaster Manigandan? Oh, someone raised their hand. Yeah, Alvin. Okay. You ready? Yeah, thumbs up. Yeah. So the first question is, if you could choose any Tinkle character to act in an Indian movie, which character and what movie would it be in and why?
Can you repeat the question once again, please?
Yeah, sure. Toastmaster Alvin, if you could choose any Tinkle character to act in an Indian movie, which character and what movie would it be in and why?
Should the movie necessarily be an Indian movie?
Okay, any movie.
Anyway, okay. Let me take some time, okay? To think about. Okay, so I'm going to start now. So our character of the day today is Shikari Shambhu. And that guy is pretty much a peculiar kind of character who frets over small stuff. And I don't know whether you all have noticed, but there's this guy named Indiana Jones who gives a totally opposite vibe. I never thought of that. Like that guy doesn't does stuff in a very different kind of way. You feel so motivated. You feel to do something adventurous. Right? Shikari Shabu, consider him in this guy's place and think about it. Okay, he comes here. He sees a spider. Are you spider? See, that's the reaction. You can't expect some adventure to see like that. But then once again, it's a variety. You feel to see stuff. You feel to know how he would react to stuff and how he would reach the ending. It would be more or less like seeing a Mr. Bean kind of movie where every single thing you see, it is totally, what will I say, different. It gives us a totally different vibe and we tend to see him more, we tend to like him more, and to adapt to that kind of situations or that kind of movie, it's totally different. It's not same like every other movie you see. It might be not as good as a Tenet or like any other mysterious or supernatural kind of movie like Inception and all. But then once again, something that gives us some difference and something that makes us feel to see in more would obviously be obviously be preferred by more people. I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Alvin. That was great. And do we have any other volunteers or should I pick? Anyone? No one? So I think I should pick. Can I have Toastmaster Manikandan? Sir? Yeah? Are you ready, sir? No? You can try, it's okay.
No.
You can give it a shot. Can you, sir?
Sorry, next time I'll try.
Okay, sure, sir, no problem. Is there anyone else? Okay, Bharat, Toastmaster Bharat. Bharat, are you here? No. Hello. Okay, I'll go with Krithi. Are you here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Krithi. She's not here too.
Priyanka,
All right.
whom did you call?
Smriti. Okay, Saumini. Toastmaster Saumini.
Priyanka, my suggestion would be go for the non-role players.
Yeah, okay. Shanti ma'am, are you here?
Yes, ma. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. Good evening. So, would you like to give a shot today, ma'am?
Yes, ma. Please once again ask question.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. So, the question for you is narrate one of your favorite stories, a comical story or a fictional story or anything, and what kind of conclusion would you like to give it in place of the actual conclusion? So, story with the actual conclusion and the conclusion that you would like to give it.
Okay, that is any one conclusion, any one story. What I like, that conclusion is differently. I want to explain.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That is one Vijay movie. That is we have to teach to the all the articles to the peoples. Okay, but all the peoples we have to learn the democracy. But nowadays we have to explain, that is a now in history, geography and civil, that is a three civil, that is the civics, sorry, three subject they have to bring. But it will be we have to only, we have that time only boycott. Okay, but we have to use day to day similar like one Tirukural utilized our life means easy for that. Thank you. That is a conclusion. Conclusion means we have to learn similar like one by one day on Tirukural. They have to write on the all the boards. Some we have to see the bus stop. There's some board is there. They have to write one Tirukural. In school also they have to given for one Tirukural or any quotes. Similar like this article also they have to write on the boards means we remember continuously. That is thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Do we have any other volunteers? Can I have Shantanu if you're here?
Actually, I just joined today.
Sorry?
I actually just joined today.
Yeah, it's okay. You just need to give a table topic. Speak on the topic you've given. So that's. Do you want to try?
I'm not really sure how this entire thing works.
Sorry?
Like, I'm a bit new to this entire concept of Toastmasters, and I don't have much idea about this.
So you will be given a topic and you have to talk on it for about 1 to 2 minutes. So do you want to try?
Can I try next week?
Yeah, okay,
Is
sure,
it
no
fine?
problem.
Okay, thank you.
Do we have any other volunteers? Can I have Keetana ma'am?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
okay.
Something outside Twinkle.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah.
So, Toastmaster Keetana, which cartoon character would you go out with and why? Toastmaster Keetana, which cartoon character would you go out with and why?
Okay, let me take the 30 seconds buffer. Yeah, so good afternoon, Toastmaster. So today's topic is which cartoon character will I go out and why? Okay. So being a 90s kid, I always had a crush on Popeye. He was very small, but he used to take some spinach and get all the energy, fight for his girl actually. And even though she was not attracted to him, she does something that attracts the other guy. He still fights for her and stands on his the manly thing. And actually he made us eat spinach. That is very, nowadays these cartoons are making us eat laddus, full carbs. That spinach is full of goodness. So I would like to go out if I had a chance, but I'm married now, so sorry. But if I get a chance to go on a date with, I'll definitely go with Popeye the Sailor Man. Pam pam. And yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So, can I have one last question? Can I have any volunteer? Anyone? Darshini, were you? Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So, Toastmaster Darshini. Okay. If you could describe your family using Marvel characters and DC characters, what would they be? Toastmaster Darshini, if you could describe your family using Marvel characters and DC characters, what would they be?
Thank you, Toastmaster Priyanka, for that topic. So let me put it out straight. I wouldn't want my family to be in Marvels or Star Wars, or I can't even compare it closely. But I do have a picture of what I want as a family looking at Marvel and DC movies. So the first thing that I would want will be a family like that is in Star Wars, because Princess Leia, Luke, and that's a different world. And when you see, there's something called the bond, which I think that in the present world we all are missing out. So that is number one. And number two, we all know I Love You 3000 from our captain, Iron Man. So that is another place where I saw that a father and a daughter can bond so well, and that is the second thing that I would want in a family. And number three would be a bond that all the friends can have as a family. Like if you see Marvel movies, they all come together to do something, and it's for a single cause, and it's not for like their own well-being or anything. So I think I will want these three qualities in a family if I get a chance.
Thank you so much, Darshini. With this, we come to the end of the table topic segment. Thank you, and over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Tantri. Let's see whose plan was the best to dethrone Raja Hoja. Now let's make my way home. I'm tired. I can't complete this whole jungle. I will tell Shanti some excuse that I caught some python or something. But to pass time, let me introduce you all to my dearest friend. I know you all might be anxious in meeting him. The cleverest, Supandi. So let's have a wait. I'll share my screen. We'll have an activity session, and is my screen visible? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So you have to guess what's in this Supandi's mind. Okay. And to tell you by the truth, he's a little foolish boy. So you have to guess what's going on in his mind. So you have to read the story, and at last, what happens? You have to see. Supandi worked as a watchman for his new employer. Then you can read like Supandi have been robbed. Didn't you hear the thief come in last night? I did, sir. Then why didn't you do anything? I did, sir, but the thief was a big liar. What do you mean? When I asked him, who is there? What did Supandi say next? You can take and do give any guess. Like
No one.
yeah, a little bit correct. You can say the entire dialogue or something. Like a bit. No one is correct.
He said no one.
Yeah, he said no one. So what did Supandi do? He went.
As he thought there was no one, so he left it like that.
And he went back to sleep. Correct. See, he answered no one, sir. No one. So I went back to sleep. Okay, let's nice one. Okay, this one. I think this one is also a little bit easy if you think in his what's going on in his mind. What's the matter with Supandi? It's those mosquitoes, sir. They won't let me sleep. Wait, I'll get you something I use myself. Here, this cream will keep them away from you. Ouch, ouch. What could it be now? I'll be better go and see. Sir, it's the mosquitoes again. What did you do with the cream? Didn't you apply it? What did Supandi do with the cream?
Maybe he tried to apply it on the mosquito.
You would have kept that cream aside.
Kirtana ma'am, I guess you're a little bit correct, but you can. How can he apply the cream on mosquito?
Was trying to catch the mosquito.
Yeah. I guess all are. Yeah. I couldn't, sir. It's not easy to get hold of this nasty mosquitoes. Supandi's new master was Seth, who ran a provision store. He said, when I go home for lunch, you must attend to the customers. I don't like anyone leaving my shop disappointed. Okay? Yes, sir. That's the spirit. That afternoon. Okay, Supandi, I'm going home. Yes, sir. Remember, I told you in morning, don't send anyone away disappointed. Very well, sir. An hour later. Did anyone come while I was away? Yes, sir. What did Supandi say that made the Seth very disappointed and very sad? Who would have come in the
I guess it's the thief.
Yeah. I guess you all are answering. Yeah. A man came with a very big gun and told me to give him all the cash. I made sure he didn't leave the shop disappointed. Okay, let me show you a video of Supandi. Wait, is my screen visible? Can anyone?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Is a voice also been heard? Yeah. Wait. Editor mistake. One. Share my screen again with audio. No. Wait. Now.
Today we shall learn the basics of letter writing. But sir, I learned how to write letters when I was in first standard. Here, I'll show you. Not those letters, Subandi. I mean writing letters to actual people to tell them about your life. But sir, why do we need letters to do that? We have Facebook. Subandi, phones are not allowed in the classroom. Now, open your notebook and write a letter to your grandmother about what you did in the holidays. But sir... What now, Subandi? I live with my grandmother. She already knows what I did in the holidays. Fine. Then write to your aunt telling her about your new bicycle. I'm getting a new bicycle? What a great surprise. How do you know, sir? No, Subandi, you're not getting a new bicycle. Then how can I lie to my aunt in the letter? Then just write a letter to anybody you need to talk to. Sir? No more questions, only writing. Everybody, write the letter as homework and bring it tomorrow. But sir, I need to... No buts. Just do what I told you. Okay, sir. Okay, class. I hope you have all done your homework. What about you, Subandi? Have you written your letter? Yes, sir. Good. Now come here and read it out to the class. Okay. Who have you written your letter to? I have written it to you, sir. Me? Yes, sir. You asked me to write it to someone I needed to talk to. And I needed to talk to you. Well, read it out then. Dear sir, I am writing you this letter to ask if I can write a letter to my cousin in Tinkletown. Subandi, do you think this is a joke? But sir, you wouldn't answer my questions. So I thought I would write a letter and clarify. Subandi, enough of this nonsense. Please get a note from your mother tomorrow. Okay, sir. But sir... What now? What should my mother write the note about? Should she tell you about her summer holidays? Subandi!
Hope you all enjoyed. Now let's try the last two slides. I guess yeah. It's fine. This time I'll not read, you just find out. If I read, I guess it's obvious to know the answer. Supandi's formula for quick bath. You have to say what is the secret ingredient and what did he do so that you can have for a quick bath.
Soap.
Who said it?
Shravya.
Yeah. Okay, what did he do with the soap?
He added it in the water itself directly.
Yeah. Correct. I have dissolved it in the water so that you don't have to waste time applying it on your body. Okay. This is easy. This one. This is also nice.
He planned to pour cold water on Archie.
Why did he think to through cold water?
Because the iron, to cool the iron, which is hot, red hot, the blacksmith immerses it in cold water. So he thought he could immerse his Archie in cold water.
Correct. If water can be cool as red hot iron so fast, why not? Correct. Correct. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Everyone have identified it correctly. I guess everyone knows my friend already, Supandi. Okay, I guess I have passed enough time. Let me take a walk back home. Okay. I guess it's time for evaluation now. Kalya, what is your view on this entire expedition? Over to you, Toastmaster Saumin.
Thank you, Shambhu. First, to evaluate our defective detectives and to evaluate Toastmaster Sakshi, let's call upon MOPS Toastmaster Shravya, her evaluate.
Thank you so much, TM Soumya. I request my target speaker, TM Sakshi, to also come onto the screen. The best teacher in our life is our life itself, and blogging is one of the ways to script our life memories. And in TM Sakshi's speech, she had a very great start and had narrated very beautifully how her blogging journey started. And she has a very great vocal variety and also eye contact. And the great part to admire is that she had a lot of involvement in his speech, and she had delivered the speech with a lot of excitement. And also, this excitement would have become more complete if she would have given the speech by standing. Because in case if we are standing and giving the speech, half of our physical personality will be visible, and we could actually be more aware of the body language. And the next suggestion is that in between the speech you have asked, is my screen visible? I would say that it is not required to ask whether this kind of a filling sentences in between the speech, rather this can be checked even before the speech got started. And overall, the objectives are completely met. And to summarize, she has a very great start and a very great vocal variety, and she knows her target audience and know how to hook the audience. And as a recommendation, I would suggest her to give the speech in standing position and avoid these small fillers like, is it visible, or such kind of a sentences. On a final note, remain true to yourself, as TM Sakshi already said in her speech. Need not fret. Try, implement, learn, and try again. It's just life as we see it all about. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shravya. Next up, to evaluate our speaker number 2, Toastmaster Sadhana, we have her evaluator, her Toastmaster Bharat.
Yeah. Now, the spur is back to the action. So Toastmaster Sadhana, firstly, kudos to you for successfully completing your project. So first thing that I liked in your speech is that the questionnaire that you asked in the beginning. You know, initially when people want to interact the audience, they will ask a question, and that will make the speech more interactive and people will be interested. So you did a great job on that. So that's a very good technique on inspiring and attracting people. And second thing is that I liked in your speech is that how you connected the universe and it is speaking to the human thoughts. Yeah, that made your speech very interesting. You narrated well with that content, and that's a very good thing in your speech. And the third thing that you have did in your speech, yes, is that you have added some very known quotes of famous persons. For example, you told the quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Yeah, that's a great technique of inspiring the audience. So good job on that, Toastmaster Sadhana. And next, your hand gestures. Yes, we all know that hand gestures and the eye contact are the really more important thing for a speaker to make her points clear on the audience. So very good job on that. You had very good hand gestures that are related to your content, and you also had a very good eye contact. So that made clear that you kept your phone on a right position. So very good job on that, Toastmaster Sadhana. Also, a great speaker can also have some things to improve. So here I have some suggestions for you. So I hope these suggestions will help you improve your speech. So the first thing that in your speech is that the useful pauses. You know, when you have a lot of content in your speeches, when we get transitions from one part of content to other, people need to switch their mind from one to other. I mean, they need time for switching their mind to one content to other. So we should stop or pause a bit while switching from one part of content to other, so that people can understand that we are moving from one part of content to other. So that is the most important thing that a speaker has to do. So I think you are a bit hurry in your speech. So please try to improve on that, Toastmaster Sadhana. And second thing is that I have a friendly suggestion for you. That is, when you narrated about the human thoughts and the universe. So to make more clear on that, I have a suggestion that when you're speaking as a universe, you can stand from the left part of the screen, and when you're speaking about the human thoughts, you can stand on the right part of the screen. So by the way, people can easily differentiate that who is speaking, and you can also vary the voice, so that will be much clearer. So to sum up, you had a lot of very good qualities on your speech and few things to improve, and success and congrats in advance. Keep it up. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat. Next up, moving on to the evaluations made by my tag team. Firstly, we have the Wingster to see how well we've managed our time. Toastmaster Ashwin.
First of all, I would like to congratulate all the speakers on qualifying in the session. So congratulations. On to the report. Speaker 1, TM Sakshi, spoke for 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Speaker 2, TM Sadhana, spoke for 6 minutes and 50 seconds. Moving on to the table topic speakers. Speaker 1, TM Alvin, spoke for 1 minute and 29 seconds. TM Shanti spoke for 1 minute and 13 seconds. TM Kirtana spoke for 1 minute and 4 seconds, whereas TM Darshini spoke for 1 minute and 19 seconds. The evaluator 1, TM Shravya, spoke for 2 minutes, whereas TM Bharat spoke for 3 minutes and 24 seconds. That's the end of my report. Over to Kalia the Crow.
Thank you, Wingster. Next up, to give her report on how we've done well with our R's and M's, we have our Butterfingers Toastmaster Kirtana.
So going on to my report, Speaker 1, Toastmaster Sakshi has less than 5 R counts. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Sadhana has less than 10 R counts. And her evaluator for Speaker 1, Shravya, has less than 10 R counts. Evaluator 2, Toastmaster Bharat, has less than 5 R counts. Table topic Speaker 1, Alvin, has less than 10 R counts. Toastmaster Shanti has less than 5 R counts, and she used few filler words like that is, but for quite few times. And then going for table topic speaker Kirtana, that is myself, less than 5 R counts. Toastmaster Darshini, table topic speaker 4, has less than 5 R counts. And general evaluator has less than 5 R counts. Toastmaster of the day, TM Krithi, has less than 5 R counts. And lastly, Suppandi, who came in the video, used lots of butts. And he had like more than 6 butts. So that's it with my report. Over to you, Kalia the Crow.
Thank you, Butterfingers. Next up, we have our grammarian, Toastmaster Dashni, Aisha Super Weirdo.
Thank you, Kalia the Crow. I would like to begin the report by congratulating every person who took part in today's session. All the language used in today's session were standard. So congratulations on that. It was a good session. There were some notable words that was used in the session, like reputation, which means the belief or opinion that are generally held about someone or something, and refuse, indicate or show that one is not willing at something to do something, aura, the distinctive atmosphere or quality that seems to surround and be generated by a person, thing or place. The word scrumptious was used by one of the speaker, which means extremely tasty or delicious. The word abrupt was used, which means sudden and unexpected. And the word perspective was used by another speaker, which means a particular attitude towards or a way, towards something. The word gratitude was also used by one of the speakers. It means the quality of being thankful, the readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. And the word miracle was again used by one of the speakers, which means a remarkable event or development that brings very welcome consequences. And then the word manifestation was used, which means clear or obvious to the eye or mind. These are the notable words. I have some general recommendations for all of us in here. Number one, we all can concentrate a little more on tenses, the present, past and the future. Some of the speakers, table topic speakers and other role players, we had some errors in the tenses. So I think we all can work on the tenses. The second recommendation is, instead of continuing long sentences, I would suggest all of you to break the sentence. Finish off the sentence. Don't use a lot of conjunctions because you're making the sentence very long. When you make the sentence very long, your mind is blurry. You don't know where you started and where you're going to end. So instead, you can start the sentence, finish that point, and then start it again. Don't go and, but, don't do all these things. That is not recommended. So finish off your sentences, frame the sentences. That is the second recommendation. Thank you. Over to Kalia.
Thank you, Super Weirdo. Now coming to my GE report, we started off the session with at 4:30, and that is very good. We have to keep it up for the upcoming sessions too. And starting off with our acting Sergeant at Arms today, Toastmaster Bharat was our acting Sergeant at Arms because Toastmaster Krithi, who's our Sergeant at Arms, was playing TMOD. And he engaged everyone by asking questions, and asking questions is one of the best way to wake everyone up from the, sulking afternoon that we are in and bring things to order. A great job with that. He read the mission and vision statement of Toastmasters Club very clearly. The only suggestion that I have is that our presiding officer was absent today, our president. So Toastmaster Darshini was playing our acting president or presiding officer. So she could have been introduced as acting president, Toastmaster Darshini, so that the guests know that Darshini is not the president. She's only the acting president for today. So, and moving on to my tag report, tag role players, Toastmaster Ashwin had a very, very good intro for the character assigned to him for the first time that he's playing a role in a Toastmaster session. Let's all give him a round of applause. And even his report, when he mentioned the timings which each speaker took, I did not feel bored out. He managed it very well and gave a report that was to the point, that didn't, sulk off. And the one recommendation I have is that some of the speakers ask if they want the timer screen to be shared in the beginning so that they can keep track of the length of the speech. If they ask and they insist, we can do that. Otherwise, we need not do that. Only the speaker, when they are speaking, have to be highlighted and spotlighted for everybody. So when the timer starts sharing the screen for the whole length of the speech, it hides the speaker and pushes them in one corner, and we won't be able to see the speaker. So in the future, if the timer asks and the speaker asks and insists for it, and we can do that. Otherwise, we need not do that and leave the speaker alone to fill up the screen. And moving on to our Butterfingers Toastmaster, Kirtana had a very fitting and introduction, even enacting her role, which is the first time that a tag role player has done, and adding realism to it and putting a smile on all of her faces. I think she played out of all the tag role players, she had the best introduction, doing it in a very comical way for our Tinkle theme. And her report was very good, and she counted it in a very mellow way, saying how people were below 10, below 5, and below 15, and over 10, all those things, not pointing it out the correct number of hours and filler words that people used. And she a great job on also finding out the repetitive words used by the Toastmasters and saying it to them. And coming to our Aisha Supervida Grammarian Toastmaster Darshini, had a very relative introduction, introduced the word of the day well, and they gave us an opportunity to try it out and gave meanings to all the good words that were used today. And she had a very detailed and useful recommendations that we could apply on our speeches in the future. The one recommendation I have is that to the audience, I think we can try out the word of the day. The one recommendation to the audience, not to the grammarian, is that we could, in future, we could try the word of the day without just the one or two people trying. All of us could try, and nobody cares if you're going to be using it wrong. The effort is all that matters. And one tip for the future grammarians is that while they are introducing the word of the day and the meaning and giving us a sentence, they can also give us synonyms for the word so that it registers in our minds properly, and the origin of the word, from which language it is coming from which place it is coming from, which will help us place the word in the English language properly and learn more about it. Because most words do not come from the English language, they come from most of the European languages, which would be a very good fact for us to know. And coming to MOPS, our Evaluator 1 Toastmaster Shravya. First of all, thank you for taking up the role and playing irrespective of the time zone differences. I liked how one thing that all of us could take back from Toastmaster Shravya is that she called upon Toastmaster Sakshi on screen before giving her evaluation so that the speaker was called to attention. I think that is during the evaluation segment, I think the evaluator and the speaker could be spotlighted. So that the speaker can derive maximum benefits from the evaluation report given by his or her evaluator. The one recommendation I have was that the points where Toastmaster Sakshi could have improved, recommendation points could have been elaborated, and another thing is that she could have said if Toastmaster Sakshi qualified in her speech or not, if she was successful in giving her speech or not. And our evaluator to Toastmaster Bharat Pur, amazing intro pertaining to the theme. Mostly evaluators don't do that. They just give the speaker's purpose and then give it back to the TMOD. And great job on the cap, contributing to the team, your whole get-up. And you made very good points from Sadhana's speech, showing your keen observational skills, and the points on recommendations which were very useful and well written and put out so that Toastmaster Sadhana can apply it in her future speeches. One recommendation is that the speech could have been summarized. I know you were running out of time, so you had to rush it in. So I think we can work on, like, evaluation is a very challenging task. I think we can work on managing our time by evaluating model speeches because evaluation contests are coming up. And moving on to the table topic segment, Toastmaster Priyanka, what I liked the most about the table topic segment was that the topics were interesting, they were comical, and they were doable for everyone, not being very hard for anybody to speak. Anybody could have taken it and spoken. But if we had to compare the table topic session of today to other segments, we could see that it lagged a lot. I wouldn't say even a bit. It lagged a lot compared to the other segments in today's session. Firstly, what I would say is the introduction of the TTM would have should have the line that guests can participate. So TT session is the only session where guests can participate. So that and the activity session. So it's very important to include the phrase that guests can participate in the TT segment. Starting off by calling the TT session begins by starting off by calling the volunteers. And if there are no volunteers, we move on to the non-role players. And then the speakers who have already given their speeches, who are free to do and are not amidst doing any role. And then if even the speakers are not willing and are not available, we can move on to the role players, because so that the role players do have a job at hand, and disturbing them would not be very wise. So the introduction again was the general introduction of the table topics master with not in relation to the theme. So, and a tip for the future table topic masters is that if nobody is volunteering, the session can be wrapped up, no hard feelings. Instead of us sitting and calling a role players and people not turning up, we could wrap up the session with just 2 speeches. And moving on to our, what was so plausible about our, okay, I'll say about that TMOD. I've written a lot for TMOD. So 200 points for the amount of efforts that Toastmaster Krithi had put in to arrange this whole session, this meeting. She made it happen. It's a very big success, I would say. And she started preparing it from a week before, giving detailed intros for all the role players, assigning characters to them, explaining the characters if they required, and then giving us the backgrounds to set. And this is the first time that maximum number of people have our background set. So that is a very big win for Krithi. And preparing the audio effects, the props, etc. She had a lot of preparation going on, and I think she executed almost everything very well. And she called every single role player by their character name, not breaking away from the theme. She managed to tackle the misunderstanding from evaluator one, who thought that the evaluators should explain the speaker's speech title. She pitched in and she said that she would introduce. It was very smooth how she handled that. And what was very impressive was that she related the speaker, the introduction, to her script. For the speaker too, usually, it looks very dry when they say the TMOD would be having their theme, and then they'll say out of the blue, they'll say this person is interested in biking, they're interested in swimming. So that wouldn't be, was sitting well with the theme. But then she said related something to the characteristic of Shikari Shambhu, of one of Sadhana's likings to the characteristic of Shikari Shambhu. That is one thing that we could all learn and take away from Toastmaster Krithi today. And she coming to the activity session, most of the time we have quizzes and puzzles and all those things, but today was very innovative. She not only gave us a place to segment to relax, but that session awoke the creativity side inside of all our brains, and almost making us feel like writers for the comic strip. So I think it was enjoyable, relaxing, and useful to us. It was very refreshing. And and she showed us a video along with the activity session. And mostly some of you, all of you who've been in online meetings would know that the speaker would struggle with not being able to share the audio. The whole time we'd be looking at the video without the audio, but then she checked on us asking if the audio was clear, was heard, and when we did not, she had to go back and she tackled the problem very well. So 100 points to you, Krithi, 200 points to you, Toastmaster Krithi. I think we can all give her a round of applause. And what is plausible from everybody overall from the session was that all role players, to an extent, stuck to the theme, calling all the role players they were giving back control to. They called those role players they were calling with their character name. And during the transition of power, it takes effort. It is not very easy to do that. To remember whom you're calling, to remember, sometimes you don't even remember the person's name. It's great to even call them with their tag name called Toastmaster. We just call up with their names. We did that very well today by calling everybody with their character assignments. And a couple of errors that I found in the session overall was that initially we had the Toastmaster of the day sharing the audio for the crow effect and another effect. So I think instead of just sharing the audio, she shared the video. I think for the amount of efforts that she put in, we can let that slide. And all role players who are playing the vital roles, such as the table topics master or the Toastmaster of the day, anybody who's interacting with the guests, could make sure that you check if a person is a guest or a Toastmaster and call them accordingly so that we don't offend anybody. So that is it from my side. Today's session quality was blew the roof off the top. I think I hope this quality prevails in the future VTC sessions too. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Kalya. Finally, I reached the end and completed this expedition. Yay! Shanti must be proud of me. Hello, Uncle Pi. Take a good photograph of me. So it will be published on the edition cover. Wait, let me pose. By the way, I will tell you who is Uncle Pi. Ananta Pai, the founding editor of the magazine, is also known to the readers as Uncle Pi. The idea behind starting a comic book series devoted to Indian culture and history, which came to Pai when he went for a quiz contest. He found out that the participants could easily answer questions pertaining to Greek mythology, but were unable to reply to the question, like in Ramayana, who was Ram's mother, like that. So Pai left his job at Times of India and started ACK, Amar Chitrakatha, the same year. With the help of Mirchanji, he wrote some scripts and sent to the publisher, but the publishers had rejected the concepts. So later, he took the role of writer, editor, and publisher and published Tinkle, which went on becoming the publishing milestone for the Indian comic book scene, selling over 19 million copies of about 440 titles. I know most of us were Tinkle readers and will be Tinkle Toons fans forever. Hope you all enjoyed the Tinkle edition 93. Meeting you all in other edition with another adventure of this Shikari Shambhu. Signing off. Oh, thank you. Oh, to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Darshan.
So I want to say that I thoroughly enjoyed the session, from the theme to the role players. I mean, I could easily see the amount of efforts put by everyone. And the activity was super, super fun. And especially Toastmaster Krithi, your introduction was fabulous. I mean, it was hilarious. It was amazing. And I loved the session. I look forward to attending more sessions here in the VTC.
Thank you so much. It was actually a very different session. I never had seen such kind of involvement. And I could say that I had actually seen a mini movie which you people had made it visible to everyone on the screen. It's like enacted every character. This is actually so different. And this is the great takeaway for all of us. Like we can implement it in the future meetings as well. And the kind of dedication and involvement is you people, it is, I could say, a hats off to you. And I would specially thank TM Krithi. She is the one who is actually enacting most of the characters. It's too good. And thank you for inviting me. And it was a great session. I enjoyed a lot.